easier with a few different identities.
All right,
to choose
everybody,
from.
welcome back
Need me to come up with
to
some for
our
you?
Genshin Impact live playthrough. I'm Steve tonight here, and we are going to check up on a couple things. So, last time we left off, there was a lot of stuff that went down. For those of you who have not been keeping up with stream, I don't even know where to begin. Like, Ferminays, sick,
Remember,
and then like
health comes
Lenny
first.
wanted to fight. The Duke, there's so much going on. It's like, I can't even begin to tell you. So, anyways, before we get started, don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, all that good stuff. And, yeah. So, we're gonna start off just killing, oh wait, I don't even need this anymore, I just realized that. Well, I'm going to bar him anyways. Because I feel like we probably will
Taking a turn
need...
for the better.
Well, at this point, I'm just going to cash out anyways. Because we might need him for... Cloren, maybe? I mean, Cloren's Electro. This thing's Electro. So, I don't know. I'm just taking a guess. So... Because we already have all of Novalette's ones. So, we don't really need this, but... you know, why not? Alright, so anyways. Let's go to the Fortress of Meropide. And, let's get this started. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe. Alright, so... We are here. We're gonna go to the infirmary. So, let's go over here. I don't think... There is an event going on. We have to do the event too. Shoot. Alright. And dormitories is right next to it, so it should be nice and easy. Alright, so making our way up here. Alright, cool, cool, cool. Let's go down here. Alright, cut across. Oh wait, there's a... Yeah, I forgot that you have to go down this pipe first. Yeah, I forgot that there's like a little offshoot.
Take it easy.
Alright, let's go here. Let's go up here, and let's watch this cutscene.
He's awake. Fremine, how do you feel?
Lenny. Lynette.
We're all here.
Where am I?
The infirmary at the Fortress of Meropide, Mr. Fremine, and you are no longer in any danger. How do you feel? Don't push yourself if you're not feeling up to it.
Traveler. Paimon. It's been so long. The sea. There's something wrong with the seawater.
Shh, it's okay. We can talk about it after you've recovered.
No, listen to me. This is really serious. There's primordial seawater mixed into the regular seawater. I don't know why it's there, but no one should touch it.
What happened after you snuck into the pipes?
Pipes. Right, the pipes. It's all coming back to me now.
Interesting. They had, like, music played like we were gonna do something, and then it was like, nah.
I'm in. Seems like this pipe hasn't been used in a long time. It looks abandoned. Where could Master Child be?
What's up, robot? What's up, electrical? What's up, old one? How you guys doing today? Oh, interesting. We don't even have Fermenay, so this is... Oh, that feels very satisfying. Of course. Okay. I know nothing about this guy. Interesting.
Frost is coming!
They really like doing this new, like, you take on the perspective of other people kind of thing. The pipes.
Huh. This mechanism looks like it's been tampered with. Could he have done it?
Alright. We'll go around here. Trigger this bad boy. Alright, we'll go over here. Door resurrection. Alright. I mean, I guess I prefer this than just hearing him do it, right? So one brings it up, while the other one probably turns it.
It's getting stuck on something. Seems like I'll have to avoid those obstacles while I turn it.
Maybe I have to... Alright. There we go. Alright, and now we hit this bad boy again.
Yeah.
Awesome. Alright. We go here. Here.
Yeah.
Bada bing, bada boom. Alright, cool. I mean, I guess if you don't, like, ground pound or don't
This is
use
where the
your
water
glider,
starts.
you'll die.
Okay. Master Child probably dived into the water. I'll go take a look as well.
Alright. Damn, yo. Homie gets some air. Alright, let's go down here. I'm assuming there's no chest anywhere, right? He's fast. Oh wait, is that his like passive? That's probably his passive or something, right? When he shatters, Trish shatters against damage. Decreases no, it just decreases the stamina consumption. See, it's not. I don't know why it felt like his like. I don't know. Maybe I'm just thinking too much into it. Like, I don't know. He feels pretty fast. Like, I'm probably just making that up. Like,
The vegetation here is a bit more sparse. These traces aren't natural. A person must have left them, and recently. I should be going. There are traces here too. I need to keep going. Huh? The traces are gone. but I don't see where he could have gone from here. Wait, what the? My heart is racing,
Oh, shoot.
and it's getting harder and harder to breathe. What's going on? No good. I have to get back. They still don't know anything about what's going on. If I turn back right now, I should still be able to make it.
Damn. Alright. Let's make our way back. It's probably gonna like cut us off like right beforehand.
I can't die here. This is bad. I'm feeling worse and worse, and I'm still underwater. I have to push on.
Oh, there's Chlorine. Hey Jen, how you doing? Welcome, welcome. Doing good, Robot? Glad to hear. I'm doing alright. I'm doing pretty solid.
So, in other words, the trail you were following vanished, and you had no idea where Master Child could have gone. But there was also no obvious place for him to have disappeared to.
That's right. I tried my best to swim back, but I had already put some distance between myself and the fortress, and I just couldn't find the strength to keep going.
What's up, Tristan? How you doing?
I probably passed out some time after that, and you know the rest.
Miss Clarande brought you back, but we also don't know why she just suddenly appeared at the fortress, or why she went out to save you.
Miss Clarande, you say? I must go thank her in person.
You're still too weak, Freminet. You can go after you've had some more rest.
Miss Lynette is right. I believe Miss Clarande will stay here as a guest for another few days, so there's no need to hurry.
A guest? Then I can assume Risley was the one who invited her to come down here?
You should ask His Grace about that. He'll be able to explain better than me.
Yeah, I'll go talk to him.
Yeah, it's about time he actually told us what's going on. Wanna come with us, Liddy?
No, please go on without me. I don't want to leave just yet.
Lenny.
The logical part of my brain is aware that we're safe right now, but I still can't bring myself to leave. Both of you are just in danger.
Understood. Then let's just sit together for a while.
In that case, I'll leave the infirmary to you. The Traveler and I are going to head out for now. As long as you stay in here, I don't think you'll be disturbed.
Thank you.
Interesting. Secret Keepers and the Forbidden Zones. Alright. We should be nearing the end of this Archon quest, I think. Let's go down here. Actually, let's grab our meal. Why not? We're already here, so... Like a welfare meal. Hey... Let's go here for a second. You don't really have to do much to get those commissions if you do the Archon quest, huh? Well, I guess you can't do the Archon quest, you know, like if you finish it. So... I'm going to go here. Okay. My thing is actually... Okay, how do I get more of these? Like...
Take it easy.
Alright, let's go talk to the Duke here. Let's figure out what's going on. Let's figure out what is going on. We're gonna go up here. Okay, okay, okay. And let's see it.
Excuse me.
I take it Mr. Fremenet's condition has stabilized?
Oh, Joe.
Of course. I wouldn't have left the infirmary otherwise.
I've been expecting those two, but might I inquire as to the purpose of your visit, Miss Sejuane?
I wanted to check up on Miss Cloran. How are you feeling?
Mostly fine, I think.
If you don't mind, I'd like to perform another quick physical exam. It'll just take a few minutes.
All right. Thank you for looking out for me. I'll take my leave for now, then.
She's so cool.
Well, want to explain yourself, Risley?
Rising.
Of course, but I'm not partial to the word choice of explain. How about enlighten?
Please enlighten us.
Where should I begin? How about you start by asking me any questions you have? You can start with whichever one you'd like to get answered the most.
Where's my sister?
And Paimon will begin. Did you know about Lenny's goals from the very beginning?
No. I just knew they were Fatui operatives sent to the fortress by the Knave. As for their specific goals, I only figured those out as you made progress on your investigation.
You managed to monitor and stay ahead of them even though you didn't know what they were trying to do?
They came here with ulterior motives. I'm quite adept at discerning what that kind of behavior signals.
Why didn't you stop them?
Initially, I thought their goal was just to investigate Child's disappearance. Linny suggested that I had deliberately let him escape, but in truth, I didn't really do anything special to help or hinder him while he was here. Everything he did, from finding helpers to leaving this place, he did on his own. Of course, it's inevitable that the Knave would make a big deal out of her fellow Harbinger's unexplained disappearance. I'm also quite curious about where that Harbinger went. So I figured I might as well let the Fatui do their own investigative work. All I care about is the answer.
So you were hoping Lenny's group would just do your work for you?
You make it sound like that's a bad thing. Unfortunately, things didn't go as planned.
I mean...
I assume that Fremenet has told you already, the ratio of primordial seawater around the fortress of Meripede is on the rise. The Forbidden Zone has always been Linny's target, and you got roped into that investigation after running into him. I began to intervene out of concern for your safety, and also to prevent the fortress from becoming entangled in more irksome matters.
Irksome.
Are the rumors true? That you're also a former criminal?
Damn.
Now, why would you put it like that? Isn't staying here all day and serving as the manager of the fortress a kind of sentence unto itself? Another form of prison? I just happen to have some support from the rest of the inmates. That's all.
Oh, right. Paimon wanted to ask, who invited Cloran down here?
Me, of course. I paid her good mora to come down to the fortress for some field work. As a champion duelist, Miss Cloran could be considered to be an independent party. I needed to find an exceptionally capable person to help me get through the impending crisis.
And saving
She's
Fremenet
so
was
cool.
part of that crisis?
You can think of it like that, yes. Credit where credit is due, that boy is quite adept at diving. Had conditions not been as hostile as they were, he probably would have found the missing Harbinger already.
So the Forbidden Zone really exists.
That's not something you should be asking after. Neuvillette only asked you to investigate Child's whereabouts. All I need to prove to you is that the Forbidden Zone had nothing to do with the Harbinger's disappearance. That should be clear now that you've spoken to Fremenet.
But we've already uncovered that there's something wrong with the infirmary, and we've answered a bunch of questions that you threw at us. Isn't it about time that you answer our last question in return?
You make a compelling case. Do you really want to know the answer that badly?
Yeah, Paimon really wants to know.
I mean...
Even if the truth may not be pleasant?
Yes.
Follow me.
Okay. Got it, bud. Alright. Love stream, my guy. Thank you so much, Electrical. Really appreciate it.
There's a hidden door here? And a whole basement behind it? Huh. You're pretty good at hiding
I mean, it's his office.
It
Like,
seems you've forgotten just what kind of place the Fortress of Meripede is.
alright. Let's see what this forbidden zone is, shall we?
Stand on the central plate.
Wait, is there a secret mechanism or... Whoa!
Once everyone has taken their positions on a circular plate, it begins to slowly go downwards.
So, this is the forbidden zone? Honestly, for a place so well hidden, Paimon sure doesn't see anything special.
And that is...
What a huge door!
There are 3 such isolation gates in total. Generally speaking, I'm the only one who's allowed to go inside. Hence the name Forbidden Zone. Am I correct to assume you're going to run on back and tell your little Fatui friends everything?
Well, Paimon wasn't thinking of keeping anything from them.
Well, I'd advise you wait until you've seen the whole truth of this place for yourself before deciding whether or not to tell them.
Interesting. Alright, let's keep on exploring.
Huh. So there's a switch on the side.
Stand back.
Damn.
Whoa. They all just went up one by one.
What's in the middle of that room?
Go on, have a look.
The room is really empty with nothing in there. Strange on its own. There's also a device in the smack dab in the middle of the room, which looks like some kind of massive mosquito.
I've been interested in what lies beyond that gate ever since I assumed leadership of the Fortress of Meripede. Of course, it would be unwise to recklessly open it, but it'd also be risky and negligent to simply ignore any potential danger that could be behind it. The readings on that dashboard have not budged since the day when I first laid eyes on this place. But over the past year, the needle has crept upwards from its original position, likely because some parameter it's been tracking has changed, if only infinitesimally. Normally I would have ignored it, but I happened to have some free time when I noticed it, so I investigated. Any guesses what the reading could be tracking?
Water pressure?
Very reasonable guesses. I've considered both of those as well. Unfortunately, our dashboard is tracking something less ordinary.
Primordial seawater?
The temperature should vary with weather and climate changes, so for something that rarely shifts, the water pressure is more likely. We ran a few tests to increase the pressure from the outside, but the readings didn't change at all. Later on, a few more possibilities occurred to me, such as a potential connection with the primordial sea.
That's what I said.
I began to make a few preparations based on that hypothesis. Over the past few days, the needle has moved again. With that, and the symptoms that Fremine displayed after leaving the fortress, I can now confidently conclude that the readings represent the concentration of primordial seawater in the seawater nearby.
Hey.
The concentration
That's
of
right.
primordial seawater? But we're already under the sea!
And that is precisely the problem. We're at the bottom of the sea, and now we're surrounded by toxic seawater. Somehow, primordial seawater got mixed in, and the concentration is steadily rising. Yes, that's very likely.
But forget about the two of us. Not even Novelette knows where the primordial sea could be, much less where we could find and plug a leak. Oh. Oh!
Seems like you've figured it out. I believe the primordial sea lies directly beneath this sluice gate. For some reason, the primordial seawater levels have risen significantly, and it's now very close to us. The indicators are now red.
Interesting.
Although the gate still stands, some primordial seawater has already leaked out and mixed into the sea around us. If this continues, soon it will no longer be able to hold back the primordial sea at all.
And if the primordial sea is leaking through, if this gate falls, then all of Fontaine will fall with it.
Yeah, you know what the legends say. If this place falls, then everyone in Fontaine will be turned into puddles in the span of a night.
But that's just too weird! Why would the Fortress of Meripede be built right above a sluice gate for the primordial sea? Who built this place anyway?
Your expression tells me you think this might be part of a vast, complicated conspiracy. To be honest, you might find the actual answer may be exceedingly boring. It's just that the secret of the Forbidden Zone had been long forgotten by the nation before I rediscovered it with my research. There's no single founder of the Fortress of Meripede in any traditional sense.
Interesting.
What we know about its history has been left to us by the people who used to live here. When the previous Hydro Archon Egeria ruled the land, all convicted criminals from Fontaine were exiled. The people drove the criminals away like a wolf pack chasing away the banished.
Okay.
The criminals received no sympathy of any kind from the people. They were exiled to the desolate seaside, where they experienced only pain, struggle, and the bone-chilling cold. Some of them began to repent and prayed to the Hydro Archon, asking if there was still anything they could do. The Hydro Archon took pity on them and said, "You may go guard my secret, deep underneath the waves." And so, leaning on the power of the Hydro Archon, they gathered underneath the sea and began to build a fortress. They became a community down there in the deeps, and over the years helped it to grow. As the number of exiles increased, more and more
Interesting.
people joined the community. When the first group of exiles died, they left the yet unfinished fortress to their successors. The Hydro Archon continued to lend her support, allowing the fortress and what it stood for to continue growing ever larger. Before long, this dark underwater fortress became the sinner's only home.
Oh, he's a cryo user? I don't know why I thought he was Animo.
And with that, the people here stopped referring to the fortress as a prison. They saw themselves as repenting sinners who would regain their freedom once they had sufficiently redeemed themselves. But as time went on, people also realized that the fortress was a lonely place. Once they had gotten used to life here, they could no longer feel comfortable living in the overworld. Once they had finished serving their sentences, some people left and some others chose to stay. They'd find some idle position and let their withered souls fade away with the ancient secrets of the past. After many, many centuries, few people still remember the reason for the fortress's founding. Now they just see it as an integral pillar of Fontainian society, as the place where criminals deserve to be sent. Now and again, researchers manage to break one law or another and live out their days in the fortress. I learned all this from an elderly historian. Everyone else just thought he'd made it all up.
Interesting. Same. Yeah, I know. I thought he was an Animo user for some reason. I don't know why I thought that. Maybe because he's like a martial artist. So like...
But now you know every part of that history is true.
Indeed.
Thinking of our other martial artists.
It's just as the prophecy says. If this gate fails, then everyone will be dissolved into the sea.
And do you believe in the prophecy?
To be frank, not really.
That's fair.
But sadly, that hasn't stopped this prophecy from proving all too accurate. Prophecies are troublesome things. Just hearing one will create the first wave of panic. Seeing signs of it will bring about the second, and actually witnessing it in real time, the third.
So, what do you want to do about this?
Let's go somewhere else. I want to show you something.
I mean, we can go there. We're not... I mean... I guess if we open it, then we're kind of screwed, right?
This is it.
Your Grace, perfect timing. The results from our last round of experiments have...
Oh, it's these two.
Wait, Jurier, he's not alone. Huh? Lorvine and Jurier?
No need to panic, you two. I've already told them about our plan.
What? After you warned us not to tell a single soul about any of this?
I'm skeptical as well. Are you sure they are trustworthy?
Bro, do you even know who we are?
The results speak for themselves, don't they? These two may already know more than you could ever imagine.
Like,
Alright then, if Your Grace insists.
like insane.
They seem harmless enough, so I'll trust them for now.
Well, how about some reintroductions? This is Jurier, one of the highest-ranked researchers from the Fontaine Research Institute. He used to work under Edwin. I trust that you've heard of Edwin?
At who?
He's the one who blew the whole institute sky high. Everyone knew he was a bit crooked in the head, but you're not local, so I guess it's possible for you not to have heard of him.
Edwin's main areas of research were archeum and gravimeters. As his assistant, Jurier is quite familiar with them as well. I hired him to be my technical consultant.
You want to blow up the Fortress of Meripede?
Ah, what a lovely idea. I'm already imagining it in my head.
Gotta admit, I'm tempted as well.
Guys, focus! Focus!
That taskmaster over there is Miss Lorvine, and is also one of my technical consultants. While Jurier used to be Edwin's assistant, she used to be Jurier's assistant.
Ooh, are they together?
Was that really necessary?
See, everyone keeps asking this question. Are you too sure you're not a couple and just using your work as a convenient cover?
Your Grace, I am not in a relationship with this man.
If I dated her, I'd officially be madder than Edwin.
Damn, they definitely are in a relationship.
Jeez, forget I said anything then. Follow me.
They're 100% a relationship. 100%.
Whoa, there's another door that goes right up.
Your constant amazement makes it seem like the fortress can do anything.
He's like, listen,
But Paimon really
that's
makes
what doors
everything super
do.
Cool.
yeah, she's very easily entertained. Is this a normal word?
Well, let's spice it up a bit. And here you go.
Interesting. This is...
What a huge ship? This is also a production zone that Paimon's never seen before. What's going on?
How much do you know about Fontainian history?
not a lot.
Not much at all.
Well, then maybe you haven't heard the story of ancient Lemuria. To give you a quick rundown, Fontaine used to be ruled by the Lemurian dynasty.
Okay.
According to legend, the Lemurian king Remus came to this land after being inspired by divine revelation and found the seer Sibila, who had taken on the form of a golden bee. Taking the golden bee with him and riding on a huge ship, the Fortuna, he created his nation above the surging waves. He called his nation Lemuria and used the Fortuna to incessantly search for new tribes and islands, calling on them to join his empire.
Interesting.
There's a ship in this story too?
Where there's water, there'll be ships. People believe that hope can always be found at the end of a voyage.
Do you believe that too?
To a point, I think. As you've already seen, I have a whole factory's worth of labor, materials, and technology at my disposal. Certainly can't hurt to give it a try. So the moment I began to speculate that the primordial sea might lie underneath the gate, I also began this project.
Were you inspired by the legendary Fortuna?
Maybe. Fontainians need something to hold on to cope with the impending disaster.
This is a plan for the ages. Can't you share your plan with everyone?
Were the workers to find out the truth behind this ship, riots would destroy the fortress faster than any catastrophe. As the fortress's administrator, I'd never make such a reckless call. All right, that's enough talking for now. I'll need another 3 cups of tea to soothe my throat. Do you have any other questions?
There's a lot.
Seems like you're good. Come on, I'll take you back.
Oh, okay. Interesting. Very interesting. Very interesting.
I'll leave you here for now.
Thanks, bud.
Oh, thank you so much.
No worries. But don't forget, it's up to you whether or not you want to share what you just saw. What you do from here on out will likely affect those 3 as well.
Means my actions will decide the next steps of Lily's group takes. In other words, if I want to tell Lily the truth, I must make him understand that we cannot afford excessive conflict right now.
Yeah, we'll put a lot of thought into it for sure.
Yeah, we will.
Great. I look forward to what happens next.
Thanks, bud.
With all my strength.
Alright. So let's go back. And hopefully we can pull, we'll be able to pull later today.
Welcome back. Do you want a cup of tea?
What's with everybody in tea?
How can you be so much like Risley, always drinking tea?
Huh. Actually, now that you mention it, I just remembered something now. While I was sedated, I could still barely hear 2 people talking next to me. They were discussing everything, from the leaves, to the water, and even the teacups themselves.
Must have been Risley and Seishween.
Yeah, I heard one male voice and one female, so it should have been the two of them. They really were just talking about brewing tea.
I really can't make sense of this place.
So, Traveler, Paimon, were you able to learn anything from Risley?
I mean, I don't want to tell him.
Yeah, he explained everything.
Very well. Then, would you mind checking your answers against my speculations? Yeah, I took the time to rest, so I'm feeling a lot more relaxed now.
Nobody else is around, and Miss Sijuin is also busy with something or other. So let's just talk here.
All right, then I'll posit my theories. I asked myself 3 questions. Firstly, why was Fremine affected by the primordial seawater? It was because he dove into the sea. My theory is, the long-lost primordial sea is probably very close to the fortress of Mirapede.
Ooh, he's good. He got that right on the first try.
That's our Lenny.
Secondly, Risley's attitude changed
That's
dramatically
our
during the
Lenny.
course of our stay here. He ignored us completely at first, then suddenly roadblocked us. Why? I spent quite a long time thinking about this. If he has been monitoring the Fatui since the very beginning, he probably ignored us at first because he was hoping we could find Master Child for him. What's more, the Fortress of Mirapede is not part of Fontaine's court system, nor does it report to Udex Nervulet. Risley is basically the king of a no-man's land. As long as the fortress doesn't do anything about Master Child's disappearance, Father can use it to pressure the Fontaine authorities. And while the two factions are pitted against each other, Risley will be free to move between the parties of interest. If I had to guess, he probably has something that he's working on himself. It's likely related to the secret of the infirmary, but I just can't think of what it could be.
I mean, you got the big picture.
You're super smart.
Thanks so much. Then finally, there's the last question. If Risley does have a plan, what could it be? All I know for now is that his plan probably has something to do with the changing nature of the seawater. He's even gotten Cloran to help him out. That can't be the full extent of what he's doing. There's probably a secret passageway behind the block in the infirmary, and there's something big in the fortress that most people here never get to see. He has a bargaining chip, and it could be important enough for Father to deal with him directly. I don't have enough information, so I have no idea what his chip might be. But let me guess. You have the last piece of the puzzle.
You share the information you just learned. Well, sharing you saw, you emphasize. Time.
I can't believe it.
It's very important to take this matter seriously, considering.
The sea will engulf everyone. Just like the prophecy said.
Why does, like, when it shows you, like, the words on, like, the black screen, like, why does it automatically move you? Like, it's definitely not, it definitely doesn't stay there long enough for you to read it. Like, at least not out loud. Like, I can read it, but, like, it, like, why can you, like, those scenes, like, don't move as fast as this? Like, obviously, like, right now, right, where it says the sea will engulf everyone, just like the prophecy said, like, it's waiting for me to continue on. Right? Auto is turned off. So why does it automatically go on those little, like, cutscenes? It's so weird.
Could Risley have wanted to meet Father to figure out a way to deal with this crisis?
Like, it's just so weird.
If you remember, I once mentioned that Father sees the House of the Hearth as her base of operations, and she truly wants to resolve the crisis. But how could Risley have known that?
Or perhaps he didn't know and just wanted to bring Father over to his side? Which could be why he said he just wanted to negotiate.
Yeah, that makes sense to me. I understand your concerns as well, Traveler. I'll figure out a way to pass this on to our father. No matter what, we're on your side. The two of you have already aided us far too much. We probably wouldn't be standing here right now if not for you. If you ever need anything else going forward, please come to the House of the Hearth at any time. Though you may not share the sentiment, after all that we've gone through together, the three of us basically see you as family now.
You have my gratitude.
Thank you for protecting Lenny when it really mattered. And thank you for sharing the secrets of the fortress with us. We didn't think you were going to do it.
Why are you being so formal all of a sudden?
We can work together again if necessary.
Given your strength, you might not need our help at all. But if you are ever in danger, we will try our best to protect you.
Aww, the sound of that makes Paimon feel all warm and safe inside.
What was that?
Paimon's hungry.
Oh boy.
Oh, you've done so much already. Go get some food.
Alright, then we'll catch you guys another time.
Interesting.
I feel like I should try to become someone more capable of helping.
Damn.
You're incredibly helpful. Lenny thinks so too.
Yeah, you two are always telling me not to push myself, but aren't you just like that as well?
I mean, outside of the, like, he's kind of worthless. Oh, he's a good diver. Okay, cool. Can't dive though in the water now because it's poison. Like, so I don't know.
Time for dinner. Welfare meals now being served in the coupon cafeteria.
Come on, let's go pick up ours as well. Traveler and Paimon, over here. Are you here for dinner too, Miss Sijwin? And I'm taking the opportunity to prepare Miss Cloran's dinner as well. Huh. You're right. She's actually sitting in the fortress cafeteria. What would you like to eat?
We can choose.
Yep, you can. I've already talked to our chef, Mr. Wolsey. It's all on me today, so you can get whatever you'd like.
Then I'll have the tastiest stuff you have to offer.
Me too! Don't forget Paimon! No problem. Just leave it to me.
Alright. Unlike taste priority, rely solely on luck. We can also bring some drinks over. They taste a little strange, but insist they're very nutritious. See? She's. Or they help you calm down and relax.
So delicious.
Like, that's what I'm saying. It was way too fast. Freezers are absolutely the
Is
best.
this how it feels to be freeloaders? Wait a second. We did do plenty of work after all. Feeling full yet? How's the food? Delicious.
Exquisite, thank you. Besides the milk, wow.
I'm so glad to see you all so
Besides
happy.
the milk.
See the expression on your
What?
face just now? The muscle here just moved, which suggests that you're feeling quite relaxed at the moment.
I'm good.
Sijwin, do you do this to help your patients or to better understand human beings?
Both.
A bit of both, I
Yeah, I
suppose.
was gonna say.
I'm a Melazine, which means I'm very different from human beings. I must know what you're thinking if I want to take good care of you.
I mean, that's fair. That's fair. I mean, that's kind of what
You're
she
really
needs
good
to
at
kind of
taking
do.
care of people. Even though you're so short, you still talk and act like an older sister.
Wow! What?
Really?
That's
You're
so
reminded
mean.
of an older sister? That's great to hear.
Even though you're so short.
Oh, and what did you mean back in Risley's office? When you said that you were protecting Linny and his siblings as well? Oh, that. I just asked His Grace to look out for those children, especially that diver boy. I was getting a bit worried after hearing that something was wrong with the water. Thankfully, Glorand is very strong and managed to save him in the nick of time. His Grace also sealed the pipes after Glorand left, to make sure that Linny wouldn't impulsively chase after his brother. Although the path was blocked, we still stationed some guards there to stop anyone from approaching. They were instructed to only open the door once Miss Glorand had returned. Oh, and I was keeping an eye on Mr. Linny as well. We had to press him, but we couldn't allow him to be in any real danger. You were all super considerate and really thought everything through. It's just what we do down here at the fortress. At least this has been His Grace's style for as long as he's been the leader. Oh, I really wish Monsieur Nervula would come down here more often too. I feel like he'd like it here, with all the darkness and chaos.
Wow. That doesn't make any sense at all. It's hard to imagine Novelette outside of his office.
Get a good night's rest, you two. You both worked very hard.
return to the dormitories and rest. Okay, well, I think we're pretty much done here, right? Well, we actually still don't know where Child is, right? He just still technically kind of just up and disappeared. So, whoops. So
Take it
let's
easy.
go here.
Take it easy.
All right. Cool.
So much has happened. Paimon just feels absolutely exhausted now that she's finally relaxed. Paimon's super sleepy. Are you sleepy too?
I'm getting there. Wow, that was fast. She immediately fell asleep.
Delicious. Paimon wants seconds.
Wow.
For free.
Wow. Good night. Another.
Out of my way! Get out of my way!
See, like this one you can control.
What happened? Why is everyone running? No idea, but something must have happened. Stop asking!
Who's yelling? Paimon still wants to sleep.
What's that sound? Paimon, wake up. We need to go out and see what's going on. Alright.
What happened? Why is everyone running around? Hey, what are you doing?
No time to explain, mate. Goodbye.
Hey, wait!
Everyone's booking it.
What's wrong with these people? They won't even talk to us.
They're here! Yeah, there you are!
Oh, thank goodness!
Quisto and Laveron, do you know what happened here?
We came here especially to inform you. Something seems to have gone terribly wrong just now. His Grace is telling everyone to evacuate and get out of here. Laveron was saying you two are new here and you don't have many friends, so you might slip through the cracks. Haven't you heard all the stories like that? An evacuation is successfully completed, yet you only find out once you do a head count that 1 or 2 people are missing.
Wait, weren't you the one who brought that up? Why is it suddenly my idea?
Hey, shut up!
Okay, whatever.
Damn.
The point is, you should come with us.
You got it. He says Grace said to evacuate.
Yeah, he said to
outwards?
get as far away as possible, upwards and outwards.
It means whatever happened must have happened down below. Isn't that gate at the very bottom?
Oh, no. It can't be that thing.
Whoa, wait, what? What? Hey, where are you going?
We have to go find the Duke. You two just go and get out. Go on without us.
Hey, hey! Be careful!
Oh shoot. Alright.
Attention. Please evacuate upwards and outwards. Upwards and outwards. If you're already at the topmost layer, then try to move as far outwards as possible.
Damn.
Attention.
I'm not gonna lie to you. I kind of like this. This like
Attention.
everyone's just
Please
panicking.
evacuate upwards and outwards. Upwards and outwards.
I know I'm taking the
If
one
you're
way.
already at the topmost layer, then try to move as far outwards as possible.
Take it easy.
Everyone's just running around.
Attention. Please evacuate upwards and outwards.
Oh, they are all
Upwards
actually
and outwards.
evacuating too.
If you're already at the topmost layer, then try to move as far outwards as possible.
If I follow them, what happens?
What are you waiting for? His Grace has asked everyone to evacuate outwards as quickly as possible. You should get a move on.
No, I have to go to the Forbidden Zone right away to check on the situation. Ha! You get a little
Please
scene.
evacuate
Okay.
upwards and outwards. Upwards and outwards. If you're already
Okay. Okay, okay. Pretty cool, I'm not gonna lie to you. Let's activate it.
They're here.
Just like I said. You're just in time. But be ready to run. Three, two, one.
This won't hold it for long. Find Neuvillette. Tell him the defenses are about to collapse.
Then what will happen to you?
Until he arrives, we're the last line of defense. The gate. How long do you think it'll hold?
That depends on us.
Okay. Amazing cutscene. Don't get me wrong. What the is Clorenne gonna do? What is Clorenne gonna do? She's Electro. Alright, I get him. At least he's cryo. But what is Clorenne gonna do? Electrocute the water?
Why are you here?
Traveler, I need you to head to the Opera House immediately. Farina will soon be meeting with the Knave there. You must protect Farina and make sure she doesn't spend too much time alone with her.
Okay, you can explain everything else to me later.
Will do. You have my sincerest gratitude.
Alright, we gotta go to the oh, the Opera House is right here. I'm coming, Focalor. I'm coming! Lady Farina.
Look! There are a ton of Fatilian Palais Mermonia people over there. The Knave is probably here already. We need to hurry.
A lot of blind
Are you two
trust.
the Traveler in Paimon? Monsieur Neuvillette has left instructions. Please follow me. Though I'm sure he's already explained, this should be a mostly cordial conversation, unlikely to give rise to violence. But it would be most appreciated if you could protect Lady Farina to the best of your abilities.
Will do my best. Look at her, she's so happy.
Oh, so you two are the honored guests Miss Farina mentioned.
Oh, this is awkward. This is very awkward. Yeah, what's up, Fatui Harbinger? That we already beat 2 of you of. We didn't fight the Tori, so.
Of course, of course. How could they not attend a meeting such as this? I must always have 2 or more guests at my dessert table. Otherwise, the occasion would be too lonely and unbecoming of my station.
It is my pleasure to make your acquaintance, traveler. I have heard much of your accomplishments. I am the Knave. one of the 11 Fatui Harbingers.
So this is the knave, the head of the house of her, and Lenny's sibling's father. Traditionally does not seem easy to deal with. Pleasure to meet you too.
I've already prepared seats for you. Come, sit beside me.
Perhaps you two are unaware of how Miss Farina and I do things. You see, we actually recently agreed to get together for tea when we had the time. See this? This is a limited type of confectionery that Miss Farina simply adores. There are only 16 slices sold every day. Here, why don't you and Paimon have a taste?
She seems friendly enough, but I can't tell. That can't be all there is to her. The knave is a force to be reckoned with. Should be very cautious.
Traveler, what do you think of this cake?
It's quite tasty. I think Paimon agrees.
That's good to hear. So what Child said was on the mark after all. You do share a taste in desserts with Farina and I.
Wait, Child should have no reason to say something like that.
I wonder how he's doing nowadays. You must have heard, right? He's suddenly gone missing. I'm really worried about his safety, you know. Here's to hoping that he's an excellent swimmer.
I have a faith in his abilities.
Since we're talking about him, I feel like I should add something. His martial prowess really looked certainly pretty impressive, yeah.
Farina looks quite nervous. There must be some kind of bad blood between her and the knave.
Oh, so you're also familiar with his aptitude for fighting, Miss Farina. Oh, right. I almost forgot. Child was subdued by Udex Nuvillette right in front of you. Against ordinary people, my colleague would never be on the back foot. But alas, he just never imagined he'd run into such a person. I must express my admiration for Monsieur Nuvillette.
I managed to find a few leads on his whereabouts.
Coming from you, that's not surprising at all.
But I thought you would be happier to hear the news.
Of course, but it's still a bit of a shame. You see, I would have been far happier had I received this news somewhat earlier. As you well know, a long time has passed since Child disappeared.
Well, in any case, there's no need to worry. We know for sure that Child is still alive.
Oh, and just how do you know that?
Because we found evidence that proved he left the Fortress of Mirapede.
And where did he go after leaving the fortress?
Well...
Oh no, Paimon's statement just left us wide open.
The Fortress of Mirapede lies deep beneath the waves. Unless he pranced right out of the main gate, he must have had to swim for it. Do you have any proof that he surfaced safely?
We don't. But there must have been no evidence that... But there was also no evidence he's been injured or killed.
Ah, that is good news at least. His sister Tonya sent a letter to Fontaine not too long ago. Since he was unfortunately unavailable, I picked it up on his behalf. Do you have any idea how he usually writes back to his family? Dear Tonya, your letter made me feel like we were still enjoying our time in Snezhnaya together. I'm currently admiring the scenery on the streets in front of the opera house. Is it something like that?
No, she's turning up the pressure. I'm not sure if I'll be able to convince her, but I can try at least to distract her from Farina. Yeah, that sounds good to me.
All letters tend to follow the same few formats anyway, right? As long as the contents are accurate, it doesn't matter so much how it's written or how it's worded.
Hold on. The water in the teacup is shaking.
I suppose this is also a sign of things to come, Miss Farina.
Huh? I don't quite understand what you're trying to say.
Have we entered into the next stage of the prophecy?
Uh-oh.
My thanks to you both. I will take it from here.
Sure you don't need a hand?
Quite sure.
Wow. So, what's your secret, huh? Let me guess. Nah, who knows? Maybe it's just your sense of responsibility.
Sounds about right.
A day may come when the prophecy is fulfilled, and the waters burst forth. But it is not this day! This ancient power could easily obliterate an entire race. A tsunami of fury would unleash endless catastrophe. This sentence is too severe. Forgive me for overruling it.
Interesting. Very interesting. I'm convinced he's like the dragon of Hydra.
All right. Seems like the problem inside has been suppressed.
Let me guess. We're safe for now.
Indeed. But only for now.
I win this bet. You owe me a present.
Very well. It was indeed just as you said.
You made a bet?
We made a bet on the size of your entourage. Cloran thought you wouldn't come down by yourself.
I figured you would have at least brought a few people along for appearance's sake. It appears I underestimated just how confidential the mission was.
Shouldn't you have gotten used to confidential missions by now? That's just how the courts operate.
I mean, that's fair.
So what gift must the loser give? Tea?
He already has tons of tea in his office. I'm thinking about a set of legal codices.
That wouldn't happen to be a dig at my lack of legal awareness, would it?
Well, I'm sure His Grace doesn't consider the fortress to be outside the law.
I was under the impression the residents of a place like this would be uninterested in the legal codices.
That was obviously a joke.
Well.
Anyway, you've still got some unfinished business to attend to in the overworld, correct?
No need to stay here if you have a pressing matter. We all know you can't leave Palais Mermonia for long.
Thank you. I hope everything went smoothly with the Fatui Harbinger.
I mean, as smooth as it can go, I guess. I mean, realistically.
I must say, we've spent long enough playing house. Miss Farina, as the Hydro Archon, I am sure you understand the exact meaning of the phenomenon we just witnessed. Or should I say, that's what I originally thought. But looking at your expression, was I wrong? And you haven't a clue?
What are you trying to say?
At this point, I don't think there's any more need to speak as diplomatic representatives. Allow me to speak to you now as just a Fontainian. You know the prophecy by heart, and also that every part of it is being proven true. Yet, here you are relaxing, drinking tea, and eating desserts as if it's all nothing more than a few stray bugs in your garden. Do you really think that's acceptable? The prophecy's hanging above our necks like a guillotine. Every faction is looking for a way to either avert the disaster or save their own. Even the orphans of the House of the Hearth have devoted everything to saving their homeland. But you? It beggars belief just how nonchalant and carefree you have been. From the very beginning, you, the god Focalor, You have utterly failed to take action.
You're wrong. I've never ignored the prophecy, nor have I just been passing the time in self-indulgence. Retract your accusation and stop doubting the wisdom of the gods with such absurd conjectures.
I am not alone in my doubts, you know. All the children of Fontaine may be harboring the exact same thoughts right now. Oh, great Hydro Archon. How are you going to save them? Save us? How are the people you've sworn to protect supposed to survive in a land that will soon disappear beneath the waves?
I have my ways, and I've been working on them for all this time. Even if you look down upon me, you have no right to judge me. Fontaine will be saved. Even if I still cannot see the true future right now, as long as I continue on as I am, I will be able to hold my head up high.
She's not acting. As her usual self, she's actually refuting Nave's accusations. She means what she says, she's just putting up front.
Then I ask you, Miss Farina, just what have you been working on? Where can we see it, and what is it doing to help?
So is that all a lie, or she really can't tell us? She's so full of conviction and confidence just now, but now she's deflated like a popped balloon.
My machinations are just like the prophecy itself. They will only reveal themselves at the fated time. It is just that beings like yourselves are unable to perceive them as of yet.
I see. As a god, the proof of your labor always lies beyond prying mortal eyes. Allow me to be so bold as to ask another way. Would it be possible for you to tell us the parts of your plan that are not confidential? Such as your emergency response plan for the impending disaster?
An emergency response plan?
Oh, that look in your eyes. Have you not even prepared one of those?
The emergency response plan is also strictly confidential.
Then allow me to jog your memory. Miss Farina, what is the purpose of your Oratrice Mécanique d'Analyse Cardinal? And what do you plan to do with the massive amounts of indemnitium that has accumulated over the years?
The Oratrice? It's just like it appears to be.
So you also have no idea. If I'm not mistaken, someone's using it to prepare for something. But unfortunately, it would seem that someone is not you, Miss Farina. I first caught wind of this when Linny tried to investigate the Oratrice in the Opera House. You see, even just getting close to the core contaminated him with an extremely large amount of indemnitium. But even if that had nothing to do with you, then what could you possibly be working on, oh great Hydro Archon?
You know, if she's from Fontaine, why is her vision Shneznayan? Like, I know she lives in Shneznayan, but she's Fontainian, right? So...
Oh, right. I almost forgot. Udex Nouvillette is not at the tea party with us today. Miss Farina, I suppose you must have ordered him away to take care of some troublesome business.
Yeah, yes, that's exactly right. Please keep it a secret for me.
Of course I will. Although, I must say, Miss Farina, you seem quite insecure without the Udex by your side. Oh, very well. Let's stop that conversation here. There are still a few slices of cake left, so please, help yourselves, everyone.
There aren't topics I can speak about. I don't even know what Novelette's task was. If I had to guess, he probably went down to deal with the Surgeon Primordial Sea. He can really deal with that all by himself. Is Farina being truthful or not?
Traveler, I heard that you were recently commissioned to handle a few matters on behalf of the Udex. Why don't you take an extra slice of cake? Those who work hard deserve gratitude and praise.
Huh.
You too, Paimon.
Thank you. Paimon will take you up on that offer.
Nia proceeds to change topics and bring up less. All the atmosphere. I get like can't read it.
Oh,
Like
Paimon's super full. That cake was great.
If it's on my tea table, it must be of the highest quality. Yes, and we must thank the knave for bringing these over as well.
You're welcome. I'm sure the cake also felt greatly honored to be featured at Miss Farina's table. And I was merely catering to Miss Farina's tastes, seeking a chance to chat over tea. It is getting late. Why don't we call it a day? There are still a few matters that I need to take care of, so I must take my leave now.
Very well. We'll end it here.
Mind seeing me off, traveler? We could use the opportunity to discuss Child before I must be on my way.
sure.
Paimon's coming too.
The tea party turned out to be even more difficult than I'd imagined. Why are you looking at me like that? Is something the matter? If there's nothing urgent, then I shall be retiring for now.
Go!
Alright. Oh, that's where it is? Oh. Alright. Let's go here. Okay. Making our way out. Let's follow the knave to the exit. We're not actually following her because we can't even see her. We could have at least like put her model in, right? Like.
I'm glad that you were willing to come with me. Of course, Child was just an excuse. I have no interest in your dealings with him.
Oh, okay. Fair enough.
That's what Paimon thought.
What do you want to say?
You lent your aid to the children of the House of the Hearth. As their father, I would like to express my gratitude.
I didn't think that's what you wanted to talk about.
Do I look like an irresponsible father to you? The House of the Hearth is very important to me. You should know that I care deeply about my children.
Interesting. Was there nothing else you wanted to say?
That was all. Formal topics should be discussed in formal settings, and informal topics in informal settings.
Interesting.
I know you just returned from the fortress of Meripede. Relax. I have no intention of trying to get anything out of you. Linny, Lynette, and Fremine are still there, and I trust their judgment and abilities.
They've all been working very hard and have always done all they can to fight back against anyone who tried to stop them. Especially Linny.
You mean Wriothesley. He's a tricky one to deal with. It's unfortunate that Linny's so eager to prove himself that he can't learn to rely on others, including me. By the way, and you can just consider this a bit of idle gossip, but what's your impression of Farina?
Interesting.
You are outside of our disputes, and the freest person in all of Fontaine, able to move around most easily. Allow me to share my perspective with you.
Oh boy.
And that's everything that happened during the trial. Master Child was declared guilty and immediately transported to the Fortress of Meripede.
Didn't he say he was coming here on vacation? Does he not feel an ounce of shame for all the trouble he has caused? Forget it. He did give us an opportunity. I will be meeting someone shortly.
Do you require help with any preparations?
No need. I will take care of it myself. I need to meet with Farina, the Hydro Archon. She is at the heart of Fontaine. But what's fascinating about her is that she often seems more like a celebrity than a working Archon.
Oh? Come over here, you little critter, you!
Yo, I like that cloak though. That like whole getup is pretty cool looking.
You dare to run from me? Stop right this instant!
My goal is just to discover the location of the Gnosis. But I didn't expect the chance to approach Farina to be handed to me on a silver platter. This is so easy, it's actually making me a bit suspicious.
She definitely doesn't have the gnosis. He definitely has the gnosis.
Anything left unguarded is usually just bait. But no one will blame someone for taking the bait. After all, from the moment it was attached to the hook, the bait is meant to be sacrificed. It's just as I guessed in the second before I struck. The hydronosis is not currently held by the Archon. In fact, this Archon doesn't seem like a god at all. And I sense that she's under some kind of curse.
Who are you? And what are you trying to do? Please don't kill me. I'm begging you, please.
The fear in her pupils is genuine, so perhaps she's not bait after all. Either way, targeting her has lost all meaning. I left the scene with ease. Nobody came looking for me, and nobody could serve as a witness to my near assassination of Focalor. I suspect even Farina dares not mention this incident to anyone. Not long after, my informants confirmed what I had guessed. After returning to her quarters, Farina quietly cried alone. She was so scared that she could not sleep that night, nor could she even bring herself to eat her cake. There's no doubt that there's something wrong with her. I began to entertain the possibility that she is not the true Hydro Archon. Perhaps Eudex Neuvillette is actually the genuine article. I have to find the Gnosis. If the Neuvillette hypothesis is correct, he is probably in possession of it. Alternatively, it might have been hidden in a place that's hard for ordinary people to access.
Yes, Father.
Interesting.
My dear children, please speak.
News from the Fortress of Meripede. Master Child has gone missing. On top of that, the contacts and guards we bribed at the fortress have all gone quiet as well.
Probably the handiwork of that Wriothesley.
I'm afraid so.
This is a good opportunity. The value of a Harbinger is much higher than most would imagine. We now have an excuse to exert diplomatic pressure on the Fontaine authorities. Set up a meeting for me. I would like to meet the Hydro Archon and Eudex Neuvillette. Oh, and I have an additional mission for you three.
Yes, Father.
Tartaglia's disappearance was not a part of my plan, but I can use it to make a breakthrough. With this as my excuse, I can ask for an official audience and continue my investigation of Farina and Eudex Neuvillette. The initiative belongs to the House of the Hearth. My wish to investigate the Fortress of Meripede will be a front. Lenny and his group will be responsible for the actual intelligence gathering.
Interesting. I'd be sad if she's not actually the Hydro Archon. I mean, he's definitely strong as hell.
You should know the rest. Lenny's group is quite close to you, so they wouldn't have hidden anything from you.
You attacked the Hydro Archon?
It wouldn't mean anything, even if you shouted it from the rooftops. After all, even Farina herself is still pretending that nothing of that sort ever happened.
Alright then.
I've now had 2 chances to enjoy tea with Farina. I have to say, the leadership of Fontaine is even more inscrutable than I had imagined. I once surmised that Eudex Neuvillette must be the Hydro Archon, but now, that doesn't seem right to me either.
Interesting. How do you come to that conclusion?
I am a servant of Her Majesty the Tsaritsa. Over my years of service, I've learned how a real Archon conducts and carries themselves. Whether Eudex Neuvillette or Farina, neither fits the bill. It's hard to imagine either of them as the Archon. Of course, that is all just how I feel. Gut feelings often do not require justification. It is, however, quite amusing to me that after all my years working in intelligence gathering, I've come to realize I am at a complete loss regarding the identity of the god of the land of my birth. Don't you think Fontaine is quite intriguing? A catastrophe looms, yet many secrets have yet to rise to the surface. It looks like Fontainians will have no choice but to save themselves. Ultimately, though, one must survive in order to do anything else. Should the need arise, I would be happy to cooperate with you.
Interesting.
You don't need to commit to anything right now, of course. I have a feeling that the situation will continue to evolve, and as your name is often connected with noble deeds, I'm sure we will work together someday.
Novelette?
He certainly returned quickly. You must want to catch up with each other, so I'll leave you to him.
Didn't even blink.
Novelette?
He was like, whatever.
Is it over?
For now, yes. But this issue will prove quite thorny in the long term. I'm concerned that sooner or later the prophesized events will occur. Thank you for protecting Farina.
May we ask what happened on there?
To put it simply, I used my power to force back the primordial sea and reseal the sluice gate.
That's for what happened on our side. So we talked about the tea party.
So as expected, the knave has turned up the pressure on Farina. She's trying to feel her out, though I'm still unsure as to her motives.
Can I ask you some questions?
Permission granted.
You have enough power to force back the primordial sea. Does this mean you have some deeper connection with the Hydro Archon?
Whoa. It can't be.
I told you,
that
I
you're
think
the
he's the
real
dragon.
Hydro Archon, right? But that's just a speculation on our part, though.
I don't think he's the Hydro Archon. I think he's the dragon, for some reason.
You can't tell us? Then that's okay. We can talk about something else. We won't try to force you. You guys in Fontaine are super strange.
Or like how Miko, is connected with A. Like I think it's like something along those lines.
If by the phrase "you guys" you are referring to Farina and I, then although I'm not sure just what you are trying to imply, I must clarify that I do not share her positions on a multitude of topics.
Would you sense the fortune of Merpede? I should protect those that need
I believe so. The fortress has a long and complex history. It has seen much grief and suffering. And now, another catastrophe will soon be upon us. I mourn this turn of events.
Huh? Why is it raining all of a sudden?
The clear skies suddenly filled with dark clouds. Rain became heavier. Light rain soon growing to a downpour. Just moments before, Novelette just mentioned his sense of grief. Thinking back to the legend of what Farina said, it said that the dragon of water... Yes, I knew it! Thinking back to what the legend said and what Farina said, it said that the dragon of water once resided in Fontaine. Every time it weeps, the skies will cloud up and pour rain. Wait, Novelette, you can't...
You may be closer to the truth than you think.
Oh? And what are you thinking?
He's the dragon of the sovereign of water.
The dragon of... what? Huh?
Please do not be so surprised.
I mean, it's obvious.
Farina?
Novelette! Novelette, are you listening?
Ah, my apologies.
We were just guessing randomly. We didn't guess right, did we? You're not actually the dragon sovereign of water, right? Well, if you don't want to confirm or deny...
You guessed correctly.
There it is.
I sincerely hope you'll be able to keep this a secret for me.
It was obvious.
Right, of course. We'll definitely help you keep it a secret. There's still something Paimon wants to ask you, though.
Please, go ahead.
Well, if you are the dragon sovereign of water, and you were able to force back the primordial sea from the fortress, then since Fontaine's prophecy is all about seawater, couldn't you just use your power to solve the crisis?
None of the currently living dragon sovereigns in the world, myself included, possess our full dragonhood.
Really? Even a Pip? I thought a Pip... Well, no, I guess not. He was, like, corrupted. Really? Not the Valen?
They say that when the first usurper arrived on Tivat, they seized a part of the dragon's power. Today, That stolen power is the basis of the Archon's authorities.
I guess that makes sense.
There are 7 elemental archons and 7 matching dragon sovereigns.
The dragon sovereign of water who lived through that era perished a long time ago. As their successor, I know far less of that part of our ancient history. In any case, I believe I will not be able to do much unless the Archon disappears and returns their elemental authority to me. Given the status quo,
That's true.
however,
I forgot about that.
I would recommend finding another way to deal with the prophecy.
Oh, so even you can't solve it.
I still have some urgent matters to attend to at my office. If you have any more questions regarding ancient history, you are welcome to discuss them with me at a later time.
Ah, please go right ahead. There's a place that Paimon wants to go too. Traveler, why don't we pay another visit to the Fortress of Meripede? Paimon is a little worried.
Sure.
We'll see you another time.
Take care.
I wanted to ask him about Farina, though. But that doesn't answer the question of Farina. I'm convinced that Farina is the Archon, but there's something like a hidden aspect of her or something.
Here.
Alright, let's talk to these two.
You guys are back?
You
What's up,
guys
guys?
didn't get caught and thrown back down here, right?
Huh? No, not at all.
Ah, and here I thought you'd managed to escape from jail during all the commotion. I'd held you up as legendary jailbreakers, but now you're telling me you just never left?
We're sorry, but we just had some business to take care of.
All right. There's no need to get caught up in the details. We're just relieved to see you. He was super worried about you, you know.
You know, I like these two. I think these two are cool.
Hey, it wasn't just me. Weren't you super worried as well?
Like, I don't mind these two. These two are great.
Something like that, yeah. I was also transferred to work in the kitchen a few days ago. I can still hear Quisto mumbling to the carrots. Are those two all right? Do you think they made it out alive? Whenever he'd say that, I'd tell him I'm sure they're fine. Wherever they are, they're kicking back with drinks in hand, enjoying the lovely scenery.
Hey, there's nothing wrong with worrying about your prison pals. Is there? I mean, considering how they always love listening to all my gossip.
These two. They sure are a lot warmer and friendlier than when Paimon first met
Even
them.
when we first met them, they were fine. I'm sure the Wolf and Mirror's head was skyrocketing.
Oh, well, if you say so. I'll be watching you to make sure you finish every last bite.
Well, what a good guy. Yeah, I didn't think they were bad to begin with.
Take it easy.
Alright, let's, oh, do I have to really go to the other one?
Seedwing! Traveler! Paimon, you're back! Are you still doing alright? Did either of you get hurt?
Nah, we're good.
We're fine, but what about you guys? It was such a huge mess. How bad was it? A few people sustained superficial injuries, but that's about the extent of the damage. Monsieur Nervulette paid us a visit. It was all thanks to him that we managed to suppress the crisis for the time being.
Yeah, he was kind of a goat.
Of course. We must also thank you for the help you provided. How did Nervulette know that he was needed here? Well, Monsieur Nervulette has strong resonance with the hydro element. When the water level rises, he can feel the waves produced. I ran into the bombshell bros while bandaging the injuries of the wounded. They were mumbling the whole time about how you just ran down without a word. I'm so relieved to see that you're both all right. If you're not too pressed for time, please stay with us a few more days. Just let me know if you get a craving for any particular dish, so I can have Mr. Walsey get your meals prepared. Oh, and please feel free to visit the infirmary for a break at any time. I'd like to take the opportunity to spend some more time observing your facial muscles as well. Your happy
Wow.
smiles are quite contagious, you know. They're so memorable, and I've missed them immensely while you were gone.
Alright, there's that. Alright, before we go up, I guess we'll go down this way. Would it be Lenny and everybody upstairs? Maybe. Possibly. That'd be my guess. Is he below? He is below. Oh, is Cloren and stuff still here? These two.
Courier? Miss Sishween told me you still haven't eaten.
Yeah, I was working on something, so I forgot.
That's no excuse for... Huh? It's you two.
Courier, Lurvine, we're back!
Hello there. It's been quite the mess here recently. How have you been?
We're good.
And you? Are you still taking the secret passageway from the infirmary to work on the ship?
Yep. That is still top secret, though. So don't say a word to anyone.
It can be a bit annoying when there are lots of people in the infirmary, but I still prefer taking that route over the one from the Duke's office.
I mean, the infirmary does make it easier for you to slack off.
Wow.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah.
Then why are you also here
They
so much?
definitely bang.
You two really are just using your jobs as a cover for your relationship, aren't you?
Absolutely.
Not at all!
They absolutely bang. 100%. 100%.
Take it easy.
I want to know, is this the one that's on the same level? I really don't want to hunt down the stupid elevator. I don't know if there is actually one on that level. No. It's the next elevator over, so that's fine. Yeah, no, they definitely dating, 100%. Like, 100%. Not even debatable. Oh, shoot. Alright, no. Alright, there we go. This is a very interesting story. No, Lady Farina has to be the Archon. I would guess because she has two different eyes that, like, there's another person inside her. Because she does have two different eyes. So that would be kind of my hypothesis. And she clearly has one that has like a water, like teardrop in it, like a water drop in it. So I would assume, I mean, I'm not quite 100% sure, but I don't know, I get that vibe where it's like, she's the only person in this entire game to have that. Like, it seems a little too, I don't know. And just thinking about what the knave said, like, yeah, I definitely could have. There's definitely some kind of teleport there, and I messed up, or whatever. Oh no! Oh, okay. I guess this works. Yeah, see, that's the one I was trying to find, and I couldn't find it. Alright. Alright. So we'll go over here, and over here. And then let's talk to, I'm assuming Lenny and everybody's here. Yep.
Now guess, what suit will this next card be?
Hearts!
A bare teeth cat?
Well, well, look who it is.
Traveler, Paimon.
So.
Hello, everyone.
Looks like you're recovering nicely, Fremine.
Mm-hmm. Thanks to everyone's support. Oh, right. I managed to work up the courage to thank Miss Clorand in person.
What a good guy.
Oh, how did she react?
She told me that it was nothing. It was as if saving a life wasn't a big deal to her at all. She also told me not to worry about it.
Sounds about right.
She didn't want to stress you out, that's all. She's right, and it's best not to dwell on it.
Yeah.
Okay, but check this out. We went back to the opera house and we met the knave.
You met Father? Did she say anything to you?
She said a few things that were, a bit hard to understand. And also that she's looking forward to working with us in the future.
Yeah, it was a little weird.
Her attitude towards you is even better than what we'd imagined. That's fantastic. You should believe her. She has her own way of doing things, and she'll do everything in her power to help those
I mean,
she
she
considers
almost
close,
killed God,
which
so
now might also include you.
You know, just saying, not the
Father is
nicest person.
very capable and also trustworthy.
I don't know if she's trustworthy, man. She literally tried to assassinate the Hydra Archon. I don't know if trustworthy is the exact word that I'm thinking of when I think of assassin. But, I mean, you know, to each their own.
Oh, Paimon just remembered that she thought Lenny was a bit too proud as well. She said that you should learn how to rely on others sometimes.
Get clapped.
Got it. That does sound like something that father would say.
Hey!
Are you going to stay here for the next few days?
No.
Looks like it, yeah.
Damn it.
Excellent. I will host a tea party.
For real? Then Paimon wants another serving of cake.
Another implies that you were already served some delicious cake while you were up there. How lovely. Well, next time, you're going to have tea and snacks with us.
Alright, and then, I was gonna say, he would be the last one, right? Alright, so let's go be with him, and this probably is the end of the Archon quest, right? Unless there's something to do with Farina, which I don't think so. But I think this would be probably a good spot for the Archon quest to end, right? That'd be my guess. Let's go. Hey, bud. Just run around him in a bunch of circles.
Did my eyes deceive me, or did I just see two inmates come back after making it to the surface? Some strange winds blowing of late.
We wanted to see how the fortress is doing. Is everything still alright?
We're fine for the most part. Neuvillette came down and took care of the worst of it.
If that's the case, why don't you just ask him to stay here?
Oh, yeah, what a brilliant plan.
Yeah, right?
Let's go convince the Eudex himself to exchange the courts of Fontaine for a puddle of water in the middle of nowhere.
Yeah, I don't
He
think
came
so.
here in a hurry and left without even stopping for a cup of tea. He did remember to take Miss Sigewinne's gift with him, though.
He sure sounds super busy.
Miss Cloran has left as well. She also took her gift from Miss Sigewinne.
Were the gifts milkshakes?
Neuvillette got the milkshake. Cloran received lipstick instead.
Oh, okay.
Those aren't even remotely alike.
Well, it's Neuvillette's own fault for making Sigewinne worried about his health by working so much. But besides that, our head nurse is still pretty fond of picking out beauty products for the ladies.
Wow.
Oh, and I have some gifts here for you as well.
Are these from Sigewinne too?
Are they Primogens?
Nope, they're from yours truly. You've already wrapped up your work at the fortress, so you can return to the surface at any time. You haven't yet served your full prison term, however, so you may continue to use your cell until your term is up.
For real? Then we could stay here for a really long time?
Is the food still covered?
You may access the cafeteria for free.
Hooray!
Just remember to come complete your paperwork once it's time for your release.
Oh my god, I have to go back. Dormitories are down, though. Okay. No, they're not. They're up. They're definitely up. No, there's definitely... No. I'm not going back up those stupid elevators again. I'm not doing that. I'm not doing that. Yeah, it's all the way up. No, it's definitely... Is it this one? It's one of them. There we go. Alright, I finally got it right. Out of getting it wrong for like the bajillionth time, I finally got it right. It might be the end of the quest of being here at all, but at least we ended it by getting it right. Like...
We're back in our cell again. We're no longer prisoners though, so it really doesn't feel the same.
Yeah, huge weight off
Sure
our
feels
shoulders.
that way. But the truth is, we never did anything bad to begin with, so I'm not sure why we put so much pressure on ourselves.
Is there something you'd like to say?
How did you know?
Because you usually just immediately fall asleep.
Hey, that's not true!
That is very true.
All right. Okay, Paimon just wanted to say that we really are an amazing duo after all.
Yeah, I guess so.
It's like we've now gone to so many places together and become friends with so many people. We've never stopped traveling or stopped meeting new friends. There are so many bad things in the world, and we're just two people, but we've still been solving problems no matter where we go. Isn't that pretty cool?
Very proud of me for getting the right waypoint.
You're
I
counting
appreciate that.
Paimon today? Aren't you the only adventurer here?
Being a guide counts.
Then let's ask Catherine to give Paimon an adventurer handbook as well. Paimon will also be an adventurer from today forward.
As long as you give me your primo gems, it's fine.
Just the thoughts making Paimon giddy. Paimon's gonna crash, so you sleep soon too. The last time we fell asleep here, we woke up to a whole mess outside our cell. The primordial seawater nearly rose up. That was so scary. We should be safe now, right?
I think we're fine.
All right then. Good night to you, traveler.
Good night, Paimon. We still don't know where Child is. Alright. Interesting. And I think that's it. I think we're officially done with the Archon quest. Right? Yeah. Alright, well that's it for the Archon quest, everybody. Guys, thank you guys so much for watching. As always, we're done. Straight up. So, alright everybody, guys, thank you guys so much for watching. As always, don't forget to like, comment, subscribe if you liked the content today. And I guess we're going to be kind of done with Genshin for a little bit until, I guess, 4.2 comes out, or a big event or something. I think there's got to be like something Mondstadt related is coming up. But anyways, guys, take care, be safe, make wise choices, don't do anything too stupid. I'll catch y'all next time. But that's it for me, everybody. Catch y'all later, and we'll be back on tomorrow, 8 p.m. Eastern.